I feel like this discourse, wrong screen. Look, I get that putting Kai Cenat in the title is gonna garner me some views. I'm gonna assume that at this point you've seen the other parts of this quote-unquote series. It's just really just times it pops up, and might as well make one continuous thread of it, right? I want you to just hear me out. I don't want you to agree with me at all. I actually want you to disagree with everything that I say in this video. Just hear me out. And that's the first time in a YouTube video that I'm making a concession to an audience that I don't know I'm going to get. But these videos generally do better than, most. So I'm just gonna assume it's the same here. Let's do it.
I'm gonna rent out a university over a course of a weekend. It'll be streaming university, okay? I'm gonna rent it out. I'm going to put out enrolls and applications of people to enroll into the university. No matter if you're big, no matter if you're a small streamer, you can stream the entire weekend. I will get dorms. Boys will have their own shit, girls will have their own shit. I'm principal. So I'm gonna have my own office and all this types of shit, all right? I'm gonna try to find a PC company to collab with, give everyone PCs for the dorm and shit, so that they can do their setups. If you wanna be a desktop nigga in your dorm and you wanna have your desktop streams, so be it. If you wanna be the nigga that be an IRL streams and shit, so be it. In terms of the classes and shit, for example, I would love to do some shit where niggas got science, Mark Robo, the classes, and love to do for that day. I love to do shit like that. I'm gonna try to find a dorm, and I would love to do classes and shit.
Okay, no, the clip just froze. That's insane.
Shit, so be it. In terms of the classes and shit, for example, I would love to do some shit where niggas got science, Mark Robo, the professor for that day, and he's doing crazy experiments for everybody's stream. I would love to do shit like that. Say there's a financial class, Mr. Beast in that motherfucker. Like niggas is really streaming Mr. Beast breaking down, asking questions. You be able to ask questions. You be able to ask about different shit. You feel me? That's what I want to do. Anybody who wants to enroll now, listen, all because you enroll don't mean you're gonna make it. Some may be denied and some may be able to go through. And you may have to re-enroll the next semester, you feel me? I already started to get the ball rolling on that. I'm taking a big ass hit financially, but I don't care. If everybody gets to eat, that's fire. So it'll be good though. It'll be good, bro.
Now, look, I am so aware of every question that pops up the moment I start to even levy criticism towards this. So let's just get the main one out of the way. What about what he just said is bad in any way? Okay, it's time to have some fun, okay? I'm gonna be happy for the first 20 seconds and I'm gonna have some fun. You remember the ideas that he just brought up about Mr. Beast and Mark Rober, just as two people, right? First of all, Mr. Beast should not be involved in anything right now. Just, dog, read the field. Number two, hey, so depending on who you let in, who's gonna watch this? How does this get coordinated? Like, is it just 100 streamers you pick all streaming the entire weekend? Is it just 3 days? What about the follow-up? Are there events? Like, this is not a good idea. I don't like that this idea is being floated because it reminds me of many things, but I want to stick to a train of thought for you today. The idea of VGHS. Awesome in its fucking inception. Looks so cool. Let's be real though. That can't. What are you graduating with? Are you graduating from League High School? Like, the motherfucking charge wants to abolish the Department of Education. I really want just people to line up in one direction with me on this. This is a bad idea. The main reason why it's a bad idea is because of something called aggregated content. This happened with the QC Cinderella thing. This is happening here. Dog, it don't matter. If you have 35 streams of people all sitting in the same room, streaming the same thing from different angles, giving different commentary at the same time, in a space where they all can't be divided from one another, I really want you to think about who the fuck is watching that. Wouldn't it make more sense to just watch the main camera that'll probably be on your channel? You already have 117,000 subs this month. Like, it would just be it would just be easier if you just, I don't know, didn't do this.
I was thinking, it's important I use my powers for good, not evil.
Damn, what's cracking, y'all? Man, I'm so glad you guys can make it. You know I love y'all, right? This is it. Big dog about to take down some bitches.
I mean, no offense, man, I ain't talking about you. I ain't talking about you. That's a fucked up metaphor, man.
I don't care if you ADD, ADHD, high as fuck, you OCD today. It's time, man. It's time to right some wrongs and to change history. We're gonna slowly and methodically re-educate them punk motherfuckers. I kind of feel like a gang-banging ass cult leader, like Jim Jones minus the fruit punch. A handsome, charismatic, well-spoken leader, like myself. That's what I bring to the table. Is you down? I mean, speak now if ever hold your peace, man, because you be acting like a buster sometimes. Real shit.
I see the way you treat your auntie, nigga. That's fucked up. You a jungle tiger, nigga, trying to turn yourself into a bitch-ass house cat. Yeah, nigga, that bitch want a nigga in a suit, nigga. It ain't no philosophical, spiritual substance to your shit.
Mark-ass nigga, bitch-ass nigga. Creeping. Always creeping. Look at
Like, yo! No funny shit, yes! Yes, that's the way it feels. Like, I am not ever going to tell the guy who makes the most money on the platform what you can and cannot do. I can only assess, criticize, and hopefully create some movement in the proper... This is a bad idea. What are the age groups? If we already talking about launching little careers, that's not how this shit works. It is not a streamer university. What you are actually referring to is one of those, like, 1 week we rent out an Airbnb and everybody make music. Everybody make music type beat. Those retreats are awesome. This is just a retreat. He's describing a retreat. That's specifically why I don't like the idea he's presenting of it being an actual university. Mad Real World. Bring that shit back! Bro, he could call it that. Instant deal with... you just threw away $20 million because you want to be the head of something. We do not need children in positions of power anymore. Like, we just don't. We just don't. And there's no way to express this without, like, the littlest person deciding to come out of the woodwork and say, who are you to judge? Why don't you make all the money? Why don't you make all the money? And then you can decide what to do. And it's like, oh my God, this ping pong about adults not being able to have conversations because live streaming is like a one-person thing is insane to me. Like, I would hope that my entire chat would not dick ride me if I was doing something wrong. And oh my God, it's impossible to control the wave, man. It's impossible to segregate. That's why you broke, always complaining, not grinding. Yep. And it's like, who are you gonna bring in? People who have streamed more hours than you? Nobody streamed more hours than Kai. So then at what time were any of the 117,180 subscribers ever going to watch somebody else if he never stopped streaming? And it's like, once you just pose this question, you understand what time capital is. And if time capital exists, you owning it means you should not be in control of the direction of eyeballs, because none of it will be merit-based. The whole problem with entertainment is that we're tripping on the wires of capitalism creeping into art, consistently grabbing at each new person for different marketing, different merch, different catchphrases, different themes, so we can all capture the newest person. At some point, nobody's being real. And there's no way to break down what being real is, because you're still talking to an audience of people who might not be 25 yet, who might not have children yet, who might not finish college yet. There are so many levels of development that you have to cut through, that when you present ideas like this, you launch it before anyone else has said anything, and then boom. Jeff Bezos says that's actually a great idea. We should have an Amazon streaming facility where only the top Amazon sellers can stream and show off our products. Oh wait, he already did that. Just having foresight. All of what I just told you in the last 6 minutes, all of what I just told y'all in the last 6 minutes is Googleable. It took me less than 30 seconds to learn. So now I make a decision based on that. And for some reason, we're doing the thing where we say, that's the game, brother. You gotta grind it out. Get your audience, get this, get that. But the only reason half these motherfuckers know of each other is because of their sizes. Or because somebody mentioned, there is no point of pure prominent growth until you interact with somebody. It's gonna happen. Your name was mentioned in the Streamer Awards. Their name was mentioned in the Streamer Awards. We should collab. Totally, dude. So you get half-assed products because while good idea, while good brainstorm, there's so many levels that you're either not revealing to be thought about, or based on your recent activity, let alone your past activity, there's gonna be some wrinkles to be ironed out. But I just put out a piece a couple days ago about how opinions become discourse. I said this was a bad idea. That is my opinion. Those probably 80 to 100,000 people in this chat would think this is a good idea. I see a couple W's, Kai's network basically. Kai Cenat, I love you. That's just from a small snippet of whatever his chat's going through right now in this corner here. So we have a discourse. Is this a good idea or is this a bad idea? But what did I say in that video? Before you can even command the level of appropriate breaking down of this conversation, you have to go through everyone with a knee-jerk reaction. Kai Cenat has announced he will be renting out a university for streamers, which content creators can enroll into and they can really learn how to become successful. That was not what he said in that video. It could happen, but that's not what he said in the video. That's not what he said in the 1 minute and 30-second clip you gave us. But I don't think in clips, because I assume people are human, and especially when you have a lot of money for talking, you will probably say a lot of things within 10 minutes. I don't care for clips. I can dream outwards and say, he probably explained more of this down the road. Doesn't matter. I had to learn the hard way as a person on the internet who also goes outside, and you're gonna learn it today too. What you feel in your heart of hearts about empathy, probably nobody else does. There's no such thing as learning to become a successful streamer. It's all luck. This is correct. There's no fucking shot. There's no fucking shot. It's all luck. If it was a meritocracy in this bitch, like we've heard some of y'all get announcing jobs. Like, I'm gonna be real with you when I say this. For black people, y'all damn lucky y'all got Drewski on your team, because oh my God. Like, y'all good for playing the sport, but making the event, there's barely any entrances, there's weak music, no camera cuts, it don't look like a good production value, it feel live, it feel like YouTubers trying to do something a little bigger. Meritocracy sure does trickle down, eh? But when you bring it up, you're clout chasing. Why did you take my thing and never mention me? Dog, if I have to quit because all of y'all took my shit, like, you know we can see that, right? You know you're live, right? Let's read the comments. This is the mindset of a lazy nigga thinking everything just gonna fall into his hands. Imagine the clips you can get from being, I guess he meant in the class, and then it ends up blowing up everywhere, and then boom, you're becoming famous. Wow. I spent 16 minutes of this video as of recording explaining how that isn't the case. And the very second reply, not even a fucking blue check, just the raw reply, which the reply to that actually hit it for me perfectly. And then class ends and nobody cares about you. That's it. That's how that, bro, we live in a TikTok formulaic society. You know for a fact that you can't even remember Dr. Stella Emanuel talking about demon sperm. Like, but the government sure did during that time. Trump was really into listening to Stella Emanuel on coronavirus. But yeah, Dr. Fauci killed millions. Like, shut the it goes, the intersectionality, you cannot escape it, you cannot escape it, you cannot escape it, you cannot escape it, you cannot escape it. This is why you still live in your mama basement. I don't want to be successful, I want to have fun. People who are desperate for attention be like,
I was gonna do that, and then I came back and...
If Kai Cenat had to start over from the beginning tomorrow, he'd end up being just as famous as he is now. It's not luck. That is not true! How many fucking streamers? Mr. Beast himself! Mr. Beast himself tried that experiment and it didn't work! But like, I guess like I'm supposed to not give a fuck about a video from 7 years ago. I'm supposed to not give a fuck about the guy telling us the secrets, telling us it is actually very hard as an anonymous account, even though you have the formulas of what makes thumbnails work, what gets you in the algorithm. Like, you have the science behind it. You got a team of people behind it. It takes some time, though. Yo, but like, I'm the delusional one, bro. Ooh, I don't know about that one, buddy. He definitely got to boost the numbers because of AMP, Phantom, and the infamous rat clip. Literally delusional. That's what they mean. He just happens to have the it factor for streaming. He was at the right place at the right time and went viral. The internet is all about luck. Even the people who work for years then go viral out of nowhere. It's all luck. Timing, less competition, and luck are all keys to success. You can't just get into an industry when it's saturated and expect to have the same results by doing the same shit dudes did when the industry was starting out. Kai's been working at it for years. It wasn't until 2 to 3 years ago that he started getting lucky. Lucky as if the nigga wasn't grinding at it for years, he said. You're not gonna blow up overnight. Kai was doing his own thing and then AMP came along and welcomed him because of where he got by himself. That's not luck. He grinded for his position just like anyone else would. Active years 2020 to the present. Interesting. You said it wasn't until 2 to 3 years ago he started blowing up? Interesting. No crap. This is like people who write a book, self-help guide, or masterclass and get you to buy it. It's just another way of generating revenue. You're paying for connections. Business is all about connections. If this is a scam or not depends on if he really tries to push the people who go through his program. If not, it's just raking in easy money. Why can't it be both? Why can't it be both? Like, look at these random, and I know most of these are bots too. I've talked about this thousands of times already. But like, just off the word, I'm sure there's a luck part, but saying it's all luck isn't true. It's some luck. It's mostly consistency. There's an audience for everyone. You just have to keep going long enough to find them. And that's where I'm gonna end this piece. That isn't true. While more people watch Twitch streams than more people stream, if we divided everybody with even amounts of viewers and still kept the same amount of streamers, everybody I think gets like max 36 viewers. We have a concentration problem. On top of a no discovery problem. On top of the big streamers already making their latches and their connections into YouTube and TikTok. You're not competing with them on just one platform. You're competing with the identity and the brand, and that changes by the day. If I were to put out any song I ever put out and one of them blow up, people be like, what's next? I have a whole catalog ready there sitting there waiting for them. Oh, he really been grinding. This ain't just a one-off thing. He been doing this. Oh, I'm sorry, it just took y'all this long to find out? Now everybody likes it? When it's the same thing that's been sitting there on a shelf for 3 years? That's luck, right? No matter which way you look at it, until it happens, it never happens. This is the cornerstone of the entertainment industry. And sadly enough now, enough people have penetrated it that we now rethink of it as a fucking meritocracy and not what it actually is. A business. And if you don't got the capital to start, you might as well forget about making your dreams come true.